We all know the story. Itachi killed the entire clan besides Sasuke, and left Sasuke to get stronger so that he could steal his eyes later. And he did it for power, but it's revealed to no longer be for that reason. With this new information, it asked one important question. Did Itachi do anything wrong? What was done? Itachi killed their clan, but why did he do it? It was to prevent an all-out war that was going to kill far more people. It wasn't like a speculative thing or not. They were getting ready and about to carry it out imminently. It was past the point of talking. The Uchiha's leader wouldn't even sit down at the table anymore. The third Hokage still wanted peace up until the last day and had to make the choice to stop the threat. This 100% was going to happen, where they target the village and the civilians and even the children of the Leaf. Itachi doing this prevented their genocide on a far wider scale. So why did the Uchihas want to do this in the first place? It's described that they wanted to do it because they were oppressed, which seems like a reason at least. I mean, at least they're not doing it for the lulz. But when the described oppression happens, it kinda is just them doing it for the lulz. People like to blame Tobirama for his discrimination against the Uchihas, and even Tobirama himself did it. And yet, when shown what happened, the three things that were shown were the Uchihas were put in charge of the police and the enforcement, and about one more thing I'll say later. Like, how are you oppressed when you are literally the ones controlling the police and the enforcement as well? They had enough power to literally arrest and throw people behind the bars for disagreeing with them. What was the disagreement? That the way the Uchiha's clan is being run will not lead to peace and ultimately end up to their destruction, which Itachi was right about, as there were only a few outcomes this would have led to, and that was the attempt to coup, and that would still end with their entire destruction. No, really, go watch episode 135 of Naruto Shippuden. They tried to cuff Itachi for disagreeing with them until his dad shut it down. There's only two reasons they didn't arrest Itachi. Number one, his dad said not to. Number two, Itachi was in the Anbu Black Ops, which are not above the law, but the only people where the Hokage needs the approval for the arrest warrant for non-active threat Anbu Black Ops. You have to be the dumbest fucking ninjas I've ever seen. But even here, this is a non-issue. Considering if the Leaf controlled the police and the enforcement, they would have just been saying that they are oppressed by it as well, and being unfairly targeted by the police. The Uchihas cried oppression while running the police and targeting people for disagreeing with them. They act like it's oppression because they can't claim unfair targeting because they're the ones doing it. And it's not even like an Uchiha situation where they just backstab other Uchihas. I guess except for one, Itachi, and he wasn't the one causing the problems. So literally nothing came from the Uchihas doing this. Another thing is, they didn't get representation. And the proof of this is them not being Hokage, when it's never shown that they had people worthy of being Hokage, which there's barely anyone in the show that became a Hokage in the first place. Tobirama was right about the Uchihas. You're not oppressed. You're just mad that the village didn't issue a participation trophy. Maybe if they trained a ninja worthy of the Hokage status instead of whining, they'd have one. Or hell, start their own village like the Senju did before inviting their sorry asses in. I'm sure the third Hokage, who was still trying to work towards peace with them, would have helped no matter what, but would constantly be trying to find a peaceful solution. Okay, that was two things. But what was the last thing that was so massive of oppression that the Uchihas that did nothing wrong had to revolt and kill the Leaf Village babies in their cribs? That the Leaf Village gave and built homes for the Uchihas, just like how they did for every other clan, except for some that came later in the village, and don't get their own special place. But the Uchihas didn't like the position of it. This is a world where ninjas, which the Uchihas technically are, can go from one side of the village to the other nearly instantly. Even weak ninjas can move around really fast like it's nothing. The strongest are literally moving at speeds that are flirting with light speed, although these are major outliers. Positioning literally means nothing in a world like this unless the village is the size of a fucking country or a state. But to go even further, there was nothing even wrong with the positioning in the first place. It wasn't like they were too far away to do any deals, trading, or anything of the such. They weren't locked out of anything. They weren't prevented from doing anything with anyone. The Uchigers are literally faking being oppressed, and the Senju guilt is kicking in and everyone is apologizing anyways. The only actual people that can be seen agitating them is a poser called Danzo, and even then, we don't even get to see what the Tobirama wannabe does that is so big that everyone knows and is doing it for that reason. Now, what are some things that Itachi could have done wrong? Who knows? Itachi was sent to kill all except Sasuke, but he couldn't do it. He took out the big shots with Obito cleaning up the rest in one very bloody night. Obito finished the job that Itachi started. Talk about a team up, those special eyes were still too blind to see this coming. Look, I'd rather Itachi stayed the cold-blooded badass than get this hero twist with Obito's help. But here we are. Itachi actually did nothing wrong, while the Uchigers just think they did nothing wrong. The Uchigers didn't suffer at all, and Tobirama was right about the Uchigers, and will forever be right about them. They are a violent, destructive clan that will trash anything they touch. And somehow, the worst part is that they're still kicking. Maybe I missed something, and who knows? I didn't read all the Naruto light novels. There might be still something I missed. But before you go and type, "What about X?" just ask yourself, is this problem so bad that it justifies killing babies in the cribs? And as always, I bid you adieu. Thanks for watching.
It's a board game, but